I always say that every writer needs a community. I'm going to take you through some tips and truths for making friends online. Hey all, and welcome to my vlog. My name is Erin, and this is how to make friends online. If you've watched my videos in the past, you'll know that I sing the praises of having a writing community online that understands the struggles and successes of your journey. But the prospect of building that community can be incredibly daunting. If you're one of my online friends, you've probably heard that I have been referred to as a golden retriever who has the inexplicable ability to make friends just by putting myself in proximity to someone and being happy. While that is true in some cases, it's not quite that simple, and it's not any magical ability that lets me make friends online. So let's talk about 5 tips and 5 truths for making friends online. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you always know when a new video is out. Tip number 1, choose your target. The target is your potential future friend. In order to pursue a friendship, you've got to find someone that you're probably gonna like. It should also be someone who is attainable. Don't be trying to befriend celebrities or people with millions of followers. What do you like about this person? It's fine if at this point you just think their work is awesome and you don't know a ton else about them. That'll be part of the next step, but be sure not to rush or force step 1. You really do only want to pursue people that you think are going to be a good friend match. If there's no one right now, then just be patient, and I'm sure that a compatible human will cross your path. You can also use hashtags and search for things that you like and see who's kicking around talking about those topics. Tip number 2, find something in common. A good place to find friends is within communities that you're already interested in. Fandom is a great way to find people who have something in common with you. The same goes for more career-oriented communities such as writing or art communities. If you're already part of some wider community, then it's going to be much easier to connect with people based on that commonality. See if they watch the same shows, read the same authors, have the same passion about snails. Anything that you love can become a connecting point. Tip number 3, interact with them. This might sound simple or even scary, but it's a very important step. You don't have to talk to the person directly at the start. It's enough to like things and occasionally share posts on social media. You can work up to commenting on the posts if you need to. If they're not a super popular account that gets thousands of interactions a day, then they're much more likely to recognize your name as it pops up over time. Maybe don't get excited and go through and like 50 posts at a time if you're trying to get noticed though. This won't necessarily dissuade someone from being friends with you in the future, but it might raise some eyebrows. Try to be calm and consistent if you can. Once you've interacted with them for a while, maybe gotten a follow back, then you can move on to the next step. Tip number 4, throw yourself at them. Once you've had some positive interactions and you become mutuals with them, you can take the plunge. Message them and say hello. Being brave enough to say hi is kind of a necessity if you want to strike up a conversation. Be genuine. Even if they're not immediately able to tell that you're faking interest in something or not being who you are, that's going to be a lot of work for you to manage. It's important to just be yourself, and while you can kind of tailor yourself at the beginning, eventually you're gonna want to just be your weird self. You want people to get comfortable with the real you, so the sooner you can be the real you, the better. Sometimes I just start with tip number 4. One of my critique partners is very aware of this when I just hurled myself at her on Tumblr gushing about how cool her book was. However, use this tip first at your discretion because some people might get startled off. Tip number 5, don't chase a ghost. If someone goes silent fairly early on in your acquaintance, the chances of you being ghosted are pretty high. There's always a possibility that something's come up and you can check in to see if that's the case. By the time you start talking to someone, I'm assuming that you're probably following their social media and would be aware if they posted about any big event, or if they've talked about being overwhelmed or unwell or any number of things. If there's nothing and you're greeted with silence, then you can consider taking a step back. There are any number of factors that leads to someone ghosting. If you reached out and gotten no response, then I'd say that you're free to continue interacting with their content, but I wouldn't send more than one follow-up. If they're just busy, they'll respond in time, and if they're choosing to step back, then probably no amount of follow-ups is going to change their mind. And in fact, multiple follow-ups would probably solidify that decision for them. Now, let's get into the truths. Truth number 1, it is a two-way street. If the person that you're wanting to form a relationship with isn't into it, then that's the end of it. I cannot tell you the amount of times that I have been ghosted mid-conversation. It is a lot. While I do have a loving and vibrant community of friends online, those are people who saw me as a worthy investment of their time, and there are plenty of others who didn't. Like with any relationship that you have in life, both sides need to be willing to put in effort to make it work. Not everyone is going to be in a position for that to happen, nor are they always going to have the level of interest that makes that type of effort seem appealing. Truth number 2, timing is important. Timing is a key factor in any relationship. If you happen to reach out for the first time when that person is having a bad day, it might totally derail the friendship progression. While it's not always possible to know when someone is having a good day, you can try to take clues from their social media posts to see if they're having an okay time or not. Maybe they're too tired to strike up a new friendship. Maybe they're quietly experiencing the breakdown of another relationship. There are tons of things that could affect the relationship you're seeking out. If there's someone with a larger platform, they may be suspicious no matter when you reach out to them. Truth number 3, don't ask, don't get. The thing that I have learned is that a lot of people on the internet are riddled with anxiety, and it stresses them out to be the first person to reach out. Now, it stressed me at the beginning too, but that is definitely a thing that got easier over time. Of almost all of the people that I reached out to and developed a friendship with, they told me that they were relieved that I had been the one to reach out because they were too anxious or nervous to do so. I would have missed out on pretty much every single awesome relationship online I have today if I hadn't been the one to reach out first. Truth number 4, your method of approach matters. Some people hate small talk. Some people hate early familiarity. Some people have specific phrases that are going to set them off. You probably can't know the perfect way to approach someone, but definitely try to not be creepy. Approach them like you would want someone to approach you and hope for the best. Truth number 5, you might not like them. You might spend all this time getting to know someone and then find out that you don't actually like them. There's nothing wrong with this, and it happens in a lot of relationships. Maybe you'll find out that what originally attracted you to them is a facade. Maybe you'll uncover an incompatibility. Maybe they'll get to a stage of comfort with you and say something that just makes you go, whoa! And then you have to back away slowly into the bushes, never to be seen again. This is not something exclusive to online friendships, but it is something to be aware of with any relationship that you're building. I've made loads of friends online, had plenty more people ghost me, and I've had several people fade away without explanation. It's not really any different than friends offline, except online you have millions of possibilities to be friends with. It'll take time to build a solid community and to get an amazing network of friends. It's not always easy, and you're not always going to get the results that you're looking for. But I have an incredible community, and I am very grateful to all of the people who've been part of my journey so far. Good luck to all of you out there on your quest to make friends. I believe in you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a like and a subscribe. Ring that bell so you always know when a new video is uploaded. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. Check out my books if you like fantasy or romance. All of my social media links will be in the description below. Subscribe, like, and ring the bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!